ready. And I'm going to pour them into a blender.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Do you need to get going?
No offense.
No, take it. The beans?
Yeah, I was like, beans?
Yeah, so this is a bean
Don't look at the
brownie.
brownies. I want to eat one.
This is going to be the same thing. Believe me. So I think, well, what else can I do? Now, when you're doing vegan baking, flax is a binder the way that eggs are a binder, but flax also has a lot of good properties. It contains a lot of omega-3s. You'll see flax advertised in breakfast cereals and breads and English muffins. I'm going to use a little bit of flax in the brownies in place of one of my eggs. So I have two eggs going in with my beans. This looks appetizing, doesn't it?
Like a breakfast burrito.
It does look like a breakfast burrito. Some cilantro. That's true. I'm going to throw in some ground flax, bumping up the omega-3s. With that flax, I actually have to add 1 tablespoon of flax to 3 tablespoons of water.
So the flax is just a powder? I'm sorry.
The flax is, I buy the seeds out of a bulk bin. You can buy flax seeds, golden flax seeds, and then I grind them.
Okay.
You can also buy ground flax seed, and there's also a product called ground flax meal. So if you're trying to eat a lot of flax, go for the ground flax seed, because the meal is just all the good stuff taken out, and what's left, it's all just the fiber, but they've taken out all the omega-3s. So ground flax seed, as opposed to meal. So that's going in, and then I'm adding 4 tablespoons of canola oil. And I found out, I learned this recently, canola oil, does anybody know what canola oil is short for? Canadian oil. Believe it or not, it's short for Canadian oil.
Really?
The Canadians invented it from the processing of rapeseed. And they were doing it, they thought that was not a very glamorous sounding thing, so they changed it to Canadian oil, and it got shortened to canola oil. And basically, rapeseed is not something that's palatable or something that the human body can process, but the processing they do on it to create canola oil is what the Canadians started, and that's the name. I'm adding some vanilla extract. Now, when you're baking, it seems counterintuitive, but you want to add a little bit of salt. If not, your baked goods tend to taste very, very flat. So if you're ever baking chocolate chip cookies, for example, and you go to use butter, if you're using unsalted butter, make sure you add a pinch of salt in it. It brings out all the sweetness, balances the complexity. Adding a little bit of baking powder.
Is that why people put salt in their chocolate milk nowadays? I've never heard about that.
Well,
So
what's the
some
big
TV
buzz
shows
of
have-
2010? Salted caramel everywhere, right? Salted
yeah.
caramel, salted caramel, it's all
My
over the
sister just
place.
made me some of that. It was
Yeah.
terrible. I didn't tell her that. No, yeah.
Who did it for you?
My sister. She made it for Father's Day.
What did she make?
Salted caramel.
Like just caramels?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Didn't work for you?
Yeah.
What'd you find?
I think they had broken down. She had stored them in the fridge for a while, or in her freezer.
Oh,
Just
so they got,
so,
yeah. That would make sense.
But I could definitely taste the salt.
Yeah. You want to finish with the salt. It's good just to put a little bit on top, but not in it. And the last thing I'm going to add is organic sugar to this. And then I'm just going to process the whole thing. This is going to be really ugly. There's not going to be anything pretty about this batter. Okay, and this is what you have. You have brownie batter. It's done. That's it.
It looks good.
So, I don't know if you all can see how well you can see this. I'm going to transfer it into this bowl. So you got full-on brownie batter. So I just, once I made this, I actually added chocolate chips, dark chocolate pieces. You could do dried cherries. You could do dried cranberry, dried blueberries. I'm going to add some chocolate chips and walnuts. And this is for both taste and adding a little bit more nutritional complexity. And then if I were Cold Stone Creamery, I could sell this as brownie batter. There you go. And that's basically it. Pour it into a pan, an 8x8 pan, bake for 25 minutes. I tried 30 minutes and it was a little bit too much. It kind of depends on your oven too, if it's calibrated. And then this was the result. This. So
basically you're substituting the flour with black beans.
you got it. I didn't add any flour in the brownies. Brownie recipes in general don't have a ton of flour compared to sugar or eggs. But I took out all the flour and put in black beans, and what that did is it took the protein content up, took the fiber up, and kind of creates, I mean, if you were to go to a barbecue, you'd have a nice talking piece. Oh, I put beans in my brownies. But hopefully, I don't know how these compare to your lentil brownies, but you guys
They look better than
Sure.